So this jet was built in 1984?
Right.
All right. Nice little luggage compartment there.
Yeah. Weighs 12,500 pounds. Flies at 43,000 feet. And has a range of about 1,500 miles.
1,500 miles. Who builds this aircraft?
Cessna.
Okay.
It's a 6-passenger jet. Flies with 1 or 2 pilots. Very efficient. It has it came originally with Pratt & Whitney engines, but we upgraded the airplane to the Williams engines. They're the ones that are built out in Michigan. They've got they're the same engine that was is on the cruise missiles.
Oh wow! Okay.
The same engine that was on Stephen Fawcett's round the world non-stop flight that he did before he was killed.
Oh wow!
And he flew all the way around the world unrefueled with one of these engines.
Wow!
So they're very reliable and very efficient. They're more thrust than their competitor, the Pratt & Whitney engine. But by the same token, they burn less fuel and they weigh less. So it gives us a double advantage of more thrust and less weight.
Definitely. Good that they went ahead and upgraded those engines.
Yeah, oh it was. Most of the people that own this airplane do upgrade because while it's an expensive upgrade, the benefit for power, range, and weightlifting is worth it.
What model is this one?
The airplane itself is the Citation 501.
The Citation 501.
Yeah, there's a whole series of airplanes in the 500 series.
Okay.
But this is one of the earlier ones built. The 500 was the first one built, but this one is now just one step above.
Okay.
And it was built for a single pilot operation. But
yeah, let's take a look in there, maybe.
Yeah, have a look. Yeah.
All right.
The cockpit to the left and the seating to the right. My boss is an elderly gentleman who is equipped it with a little cot to lay on.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what you'll see in there.
Let's take a look in here.
Right now.
Okay, the front cockpit here, the plane. All right, that looks nice. That looks pretty comfortable too. Let me go ahead and film right around here so we can see. Oh, you got the cot there, so you can relax. All right.
It's just a removable item that we fold it up, and can store it in the back. But
well, that'll just slide on up or something.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay, we have equipped with some new navigation equipment. It didn't come with these screens. These the latest and greatest Shelton system is what it is. 4-screen FIS, Flight Information System, and we've got the Garmin standby nav system as a backup. These are pretty standard in most smaller commercial jets these days, and a lot of propeller aircraft. These two little units right here.
These two units right there?
Right here, yeah. These are Garmin's. And this is also a Garmin unit. It's what they call a multifunction display. So we've got radar built into that. We have terrain avoidance built into it. And we also have flight following and our entire map for our course. Anything that's programmed into this as far as our GPS is concerned is reflected on this multifunction display. But it's, as I said, equipped to fly at 43,000 feet, and it does a really good job of getting up there with a full load of fuel and passengers. So it's, again, much more efficient and powerful than the Pratt & Whitneys that the airplane first came with.
So how fast is the aircraft?
About 365 knots at altitude.
What is that equivalent to miles per hour for some of us?
Roughly about 420, something like
420
that.
420 miles per hour?
Most commercial jets go, in the field today go at about 500 miles
And it could fly how many miles before? 1,500
miles roughly, depending upon, of course, the wind. And but it's about 1,500 mile range, so we can get across the United States from California to New York with just one refueling, and we usually use Lincoln, Nebraska, which is right in the middle, to be able to make the
What's that like cruising altitude when you're
43,000 feet?
About 43,000 feet?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I say, it carries 6 fully loaded passengers equipped with their baggage as well, which is also handy. We have baggage compartments in the front, in the nose, and baggage compartments in the tail, too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And it's equipped with noise-canceling headphones built by Bose. Not advertising any particular one, but these are really good quality headsets, and they have the Bose noise reduction feature as well.
Right.
So it makes everything very, very quiet in the cockpit when you're flying.
That's really nice.
Seats are fully adjustable as well. So I'm 6'1", 6'4". At your height might be a little bit tighter, but it still works pretty well, and we enjoy it a lot. And it's a whole lot more efficient, especially if you're flying with 6 passengers, than it would be to fly with 6 fares on a commercial airplane.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and as I said, we can land at any strip we use for safety margin, any strip 4,000 feet or greater. But that pretty much encompasses all of the strips that are out there now, so that you would want to go to. I flew in the Air Force for 26 years and retired from them and went to work for United Airlines and flew for them for 12 years and retired from them, and now I'm still flying in corporate aviation, which I've been doing now for about the last 10 years. Enjoying every minute of it, and don't have any recent plans to leave it, as long as I can continue to have fun and enjoy the flying experience.
And you used to fly in the service?
26 years in the Air Force, right. Yeah,
in the Air Force? What kind of planes you fly there?
I started out in fighters out of pilot training, and went to Germany, and then came back to Idaho in the F-4, also the Phantom.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went to Vietnam because the war was still raging, and I flew the OV-10 Bronco, twin-engine turboprop, over in Vietnam for a year. And when that tour was done, I came back to Carswell Air Force Base in Fort Worth, assigned to the B-52, flying, at that time we were on nuclear alert during the Cold War. And but then President Nixon decided to send all the B-52s back to Vietnam again to try to settle the score, and we went over there. I went over there with a whole load, 200 airplanes went. And we stayed there for 18 months, 3 consecutive 6-month TDYs, temporary duty assignments. And then following the tour in the B-52, I came back into the SR-71 program and got the luck of flying that airplane. Just a very few of us in the Air Force then and today that had an opportunity to fly the SR. And I flew it as a crew member from 1974 to 78. Flying worldwide missions out of home base Beale Air Force Base in Northern California, Okinawa in Japan, and Mildenhall, England, over in Europe. And from those 3 bases, we could pretty much cover most of the reconnaissance targets that we needed to surveil in the course of the time that I was with the airplane. And then I had to take my obligatory tour in the Pentagon, so I went to the Pentagon for 4 years and only got a chance to smell JP-4 from the Ronald Reagan Airport across the hall, across the street from the Pentagon. And at the end of that tour, I was lucky enough to be chosen as a squadron commander in the SR-71 and went back to Beale again and did that for about 3 years. And then they promoted me and sent me to the Northern Tier, Grand Forks, North Dakota, to be the director of operations in the B-1. The base was converting from the B-52 to the B-1 swing wing bomber, and I did that for a couple of years, and then finished out my Air Force career when I was given an assignment to the Pacific, where I was the vice commander of 3rd Air Division, monitoring. Our assignment was to monitor all the bombing activity in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific. And that was in a lovely garden spot of Hawaii, and still had a chance to fly the KC-135 to keep my hand in flying, but I was out of the actual operational pilot experience. But it was a very enjoyable 26 years.
That sounds like it. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time and showing us this aircraft. All right. Have a good flight. All right.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.